Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Seven. You can call me Sir, you can call me Seven. And welcome back to today's YouTube episode. It's still kind of funny coming out of my mouth because I did the thing. I've been thinking about doing this for quite a while, and to actually just go and do it and still do it is kind of amazing, I have to say. Kind of interesting to think about sometimes. Especially when, I don't know, I spend so much time in my head to actually see something come out. No matter if it gets 5 views, 10 views, or just one, it's still kind of cool. So today's episode, I want to talk about meditation. I want to talk about my meditation journey, how I got into that journey, and why I want to invite you to that journey too. Before we even get there, let's start with actually meditating, right? So today I want to do a focused attention practice with you to start us off. And what that is focusing and centering our attention on a single item, a single topic, a single anchor, if you will. You'll hear it often expressed as an anchor because it grounds you in that present moment. So the anchor that we're going to use today is our breath. And this is pretty, I want to say, normal for folks to use and leverage. Further down the line in different episodes, we'll use different anchors like our feet, like our back, like our sight, like our sense of smell, or even the tip of our nose. But for today's practice, we're going to use our breath. So I want to invite you to get into a comfortable, accessible, and easy position. And as you shift into that comfortable, accessible, and easy position, pay attention to how it feels to transition into that position. Maybe you gotta shuffle around a little bit. Maybe you gotta stretch a little bit. Maybe you got to make some noises, that's okay. Maybe you hit some cracks, some groans from your body, that's alright too. That's completely normal. Allow yourself to settle in that comfortable, accessible, and easy position. As you bask in that rest, maybe you flutter your eyes closed. Maybe you relax your gaze. See if you can relax into this position even more upon my invitation. Allowing yourself to be grounded, allowing yourself to be here and now. As you arrive, begin to pay attention to your breath, how it feels going into your body and out of your body. How it feels going in your body and out of your body. No need to change your breath. No need to switch it up. Just bring some awareness, some attention, some noticing to how the breath is moving through your body. Moving through your body. As you're able to feel its rhythm, I want to invite you to deepen those breaths. Widen those breaths to a size that feels right for you. To a size that feels comfortable for you. Maybe on your exhale you hear some noise. Maybe on the inhale you feel your shoulders move. Maybe on the exhale you feel your chest deflate. Really zoom into the breath. Notice how the body responds as it enters stays a little bit, and leaves your body. Bring some awareness to how that motion feels as the air travels inside your body and leaves your body. As we play here, you might find your mind going to different places or spaces. Gently acknowledge where your mind goes. Then bring your mind back to your breath, back to following where the mind goes. Back to following your breath, back to following the inhale, the exhale, back to following that flow. See if you can bask in some silence here as you continue to flow with your breath. You can catch yourself going to different places or spaces. Give yourself some grace and gently bring yourself back to this moment via your breath. When you're ready, take a deep breath in. Let it out. One more time. Deep breath in. And let it out. Slowly, I want you to bring some animation back to your body. Maybe you wiggle some fingers. Maybe you stretch a bit. Maybe you move around. Whatever works best for you. As you come back to this colorful world. I just noticed how colorful it is in my living room here. Yeah, so that's meditation, right? We breathe a little bit. We brought our mind back to our breath when it wandered, and then we did it again. Simple, right? And I know that I'm making it sound more simple than it is. Maybe during that practice, your mind wandered 150 times. That's normal. Maybe you have to bring your mind back 300 times. Or maybe you couldn't bring your mind back. Or maybe you couldn't bring your mind back. The more you practice, the more you meditate, the more you might be able to do that. The more you might be able to elongate that pause, if you will. And to tell you more about my story and my relationship to meditation, it begins back in the day. I was in middle school and I was deemed an angry kid. An angry kid who had no outlet to be able to actually leverage that anger or use that anger, right? I couldn't put any action towards that anger. I played instruments, I did some sports, but there was no way for me to, I was told there was no way for me to actually use that anger. In all honesty, I think I wasn't that angry. I think I was stereotyped as angry because I was a black, young, adolescent, teenager, if you will, migrating through the education system. And that's just what they labeled me. But they had pushed me towards meditation. A meditation teacher was visiting our middle school, high school, and they put me in these sessions, and I found myself sitting there, and I found myself finding some peace sitting there. So it was like a little treasure that I found for me that I would start using every now and again. I would prepare for a wrestling match and start breathing and focusing on my breathing. I would be anxious during a test and start actually breathing and flowing through my breath. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know the structure, the words, or any of those things. I knew that one lesson that I received from that teacher in like 8th grade, and I ran with it. Right? I stuck with it. I did it in college when I was stressed out from meeting a deadline the following day that I procrastinated on. I used it and leveraged it in corporate spaces to actually teach other folks how to control their breathing and slow down their mind and their anxious thoughts. I used it when I was a teacher, when one of my students was having an anxiety attack and we wanted to calm them down. I've leveraged it throughout my entire life. It wasn't until 2024 in which I was teaching spaces about breathing and focusing and community that I actually was told I should go get some professional training around it. Shout out to Dr. Stephanie. So I went to Brown University and I got some professional training around meditation. And so I learned the words, I learned the language, I learned the rhetoric, I learned the official way of saying things, but my goal in actually thinking about meditation was to be able to bring all of that and translate it and have it be accessible for marginalized folks, for folks who don't usually have access to meditation. And today, wellness is usually looked at as exclusive. And if meditation, mindfulness, mind-body connection is wellness and exclusive, I want to be that gate that opens it up for people. You can meditate. You can meditate. You can reap the benefits of meditating. You can reap the benefits of finding that connection from your mind to your body. Friends, when I'm in my head, when I'm overthinking, you know what it's time to do? It's time to overcreate. It's time to, when I'm in my head, I say to myself, it's time to get in my body. Because the body teaches us so many things. But oftentimes we're disconnected from our body. Oftentimes we don't know when we're tired. We don't know when we're hungry. We don't know where we're full. So we usually think we need things to feel those emotions, those experiences when we don't. Our bodies will tell us. But due to capitalism, due to being disconnected from our bodies, we miss out on those benefits. So meditation is just one tool. Just one tool that can help us connect to our body. And it may not be your tool. We'll keep it candid, we'll keep it real. It may not be your tool. Maybe your tool is something else, right? Or maybe it's one of your tools in a toolbox of many things, right? Maybe you got a screw, maybe you got a hammer, maybe you got a screwdriver, maybe you got a razor, or whatever's in a toolbox. You get what I'm saying. But you use a combination of things. For me, one of those things has been meditation. Another one of those things has been working out. Another one of those things I'm finding happens to be talking it out with friends. Another one of those things I'm finding happens to be journaling. Another one of those things I'm finding is actually affirmations. I just thought about that just now because I just started doing those. And friends, it works. It works. It works for me. Right? I have 8 affirmations that I got from Mel Robbins. If you don't know who Mel Robbins is, look her up. And honestly, they've been grounding me. They've been grounding me, and meditation has been grounding me, and my journaling has been grounding me, and my friends have been grounding me, and my community has been grounding me. I'm on the ground. I'm basically an earthbender. Look, I'm on the ground. But my point is that if you're looking for more ways to explore wellness, to explore you and who you are, and control your thoughts, I invite you to try meditation. Try it out. And folks say, Well, I don't have the time. Well, if you can't meditate for 5 minutes, meditate for 3 minutes. If you can't meditate for 3 minutes, meditate for 1 minute. If you can't meditate for 60 seconds, meditate for 5 seconds. All of it counts. All of it counts. And you'll find yourself being able to meditate for longer the more you practice. One of my teachers, his name is Abe, he always talks about practice. And practice, 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 practice. Like life is the practice. Sometimes I'm walking down the street and I can feel my feet under me, and I realize I'm meditating. When I'm at the stove in the kitchen and I'm working on what spices do I put on my salmon, and I pause for a second and think about where I'm at, I'm meditating. When I'm in an argument or a discussion and I can feel myself becoming heated, I can feel the heat in my belly, my chest pounding, and I pause for a second and recognize the other person's words and humanity, I'm meditating. So my point is, I think you meditate more than you think you do. I think you're meditating more than you think you do. I think our grandmothers meditated more than we think they did. When they used to sit on a porch and look off into the distance, when they used to just listen to the family and watch them, that was meditation. That was some mind-body connection. So I don't think we have to learn to meditate. I think we have to remember how to meditate. I think we have to remember how to reach that mind-body connection. So it's possible if we already did it. Right? As a kid, we was meditating. Our elders were meditating. Our community was meditating. So how do we remember that and return to that to leverage it now? That's my question. Friends, from here, I'm going to give you some tricks, some tools, if you will. Try using the power of the pause. When you're in traffic and somebody cuts you off or does something that you could cuss them out for, try pausing and not cussing them out. The next time you feel yourself about to explode or about to react to something, see if you can pause and respond instead. Just try it, at least once. Try it. Well, y'all, that's all I wanted to talk about today. Some big things are coming up for me. I'm giving a talk at a nonprofit soon. I hope to take y'all with me. I'm still, looking for some new pathways in my journey, but I think you all are helping me find that, to be quite honest. But yeah, more content coming soon, but I'm glad to say that this is my fourth episode in my YouTube channel, Sir 7. I'm Sir, I'm 7, call me Sir, call me 7, and it was great to be able to chat with you all today. I'll see you next time. Follow me on IG, follow me on TikTok, subscribe, like, comment, and share. If y'all want to see more of something, let me know. 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 Peace. It's getting kind of awkward now. I'm just going to, All right.